to collaborate with other creators
and support each other and be able to celebrate our successes.
Kondo is the closest word in Japanese to emotion. Kondo is all about reuniting with our Sony family. That's my favorite part about why we do this.
Appreciated here. I feel like people are happy that I'm here, and to me that means the world. So if I had to sum it up in one word, family.
We thank you, we celebrate you, and we're so happy to be here with you. And I can tell you this, we're just getting started. We're going to continue to push the limits, we're going to break the mold, and together, we are changing the future of the industry.
Please welcome Neil Manowitz.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? Good. Last night was really fun. So I want to welcome back everybody that's been here before, and for our new people that are coming, welcome to Kondo Trip.
Yay!
Yes. I am thrilled to be here, and you are our special guests. Kondo is emotion. You are at the heart of Kondo Trip. We spend so much time online connecting and building communities there, but this event is doing the same, but we're doing it in person. We're doing it on a very personal way. And we're building a community. We're building a community of creators. Kondo Trip is a creator community. And it's all about you. At this community, it's incredibly influential. You may be coming off a giant production from a major movie. You may be a Lifetime Award-winning photographer, and you may have millions and millions of followers that are following every move. But you all have a story. You are among stars, and you've been hand-selected to be here. And for me personally, I am really, really lucky to be here, to be among you. I live vicariously through your eyes. I want to show you a little, this is my office, and this is what I get to see every single day that I come in. I get to live your life. So this community is really, really special to me. And at Kondo Trip, we're creating the future together. We connect you, the storytellers, who use all of our gear, with the engineers that make the gear. Your voice has and continues to directly impact the development of our innovations. This event is really, really important, and you are important. So it's been 7 years since we introduced Kondo Trip, and what we've built together is really special. It continues to grow. The team has put together an incredible event, and let me share just a few of the things that we're going to go on this week. So, last year, we had guests from Sony Pictures, Sony Music Publishing, Sony Pictures Television, the PlayStation Group, and Sony Music all come together, and we've been working over the past year together on some very special activities this week. And now, we have these 4 incredible sessions happening. And as of this morning, checking the app, there is availability still, so please sign up, get into that app, and join us for these special events. And in addition to this, we have a great screening of Gran Turismo. Very cool. And let me just share a little bit of background around this movie. So, first off, it's based on the super popular PlayStation game, and it's a Sony Pictures movie that they made, and it was all shot on Venice 2. So, talking about collaboration, this is truly a collaborative effort. And we have two of the creators here to talk on a panel right after the movie. Jacques Chauffret and Carter Swan, one of the producers of the movie. And in addition to all of these incredible people from Sony Group, we also have a ton of engineers, product planners, and executives that came from Japan to hear your voice, to be with you, and please share with them. And together, we've come so far. We're always growing. We're always evolving. We're always doing what has not been done. We're striving to tell a story that hasn't been told before. I want to share with you our story.
All of us this afternoon setting up the products from your corporation wonder to ourselves, how far can this go?
From the moment we open our eyes, a story begins. We tend to think of life as a series of moments. The best ones can pass us by in the blink of an eye. The worst ones we learn from.
This is a real huge idea. We call it a video movie.
And over time, the narrative emerges. This is more than a story about a company. This is a story about family. A beautiful symphony of minds and spirits. A story of community. A story about what we can achieve together. And with our infinite imaginations, we are limitless. As the heroes of the past have inspired us, we now inspire each other to do better, to be better, to never stop creating. So together, let's tell the story of us.
To the end of it?
No, we don't see any end.
Straight up.
We never give up. You never give up. There is no end. Still, there's so much to be done, so much more for us to tell. And what better place to do it than here? So, there is a reason why we asked you to wake up early and get up here at 8 a.m. for opening session. And that's because of this. So you already saw the announcement that we're coming out with a camera, but this is Condo Trip, and it's all about exceeding expectations. So we have not one, but 3 exciting products to announce today.
Lego!
And I get the honor to introduce Mike Publo, who's going to tell you all about these 3 innovations. Thank you all. Have an incredible Condo Trip.
How do I follow that up? Every time I see
see these videos, they just, honestly, they give me goosebumps. So, and that's what we do, right? We create content, we create imagery that inspires people. I'm inspired by you guys every single day. I probably should be not looking at your content every day and working a little bit more, sorry. But it's just incredible to be here. I have the fun job of actually introducing new products to you guys. So I love my job, by the way. So, and when I talk about inspiration, it's what we do. We listen to you guys. We're inspired by you to make the world's best products. I mean, look at these cameras that are up here on this screen right now. That we make specific products for specific users. We don't just come up with cameras randomly to be able to make cameras. We hear your voice. We listen. We talk to you at Condo. We talk to you on Teams calls constantly and hear your feedback. And we make products specifically for specific uses. You see it with the 9 series, this R series, the 7 series. And of course, you see it with the 7C series because we hear what people's needs are, and we want to be able to create the best possible products. So today, we get to introduce 3 new products. We don't do things lightly. We just came off of 3 new products. We're coming out with 3 new products. So today, we're talking about a new Alpha 7C Mark II, which gives us an incredibly compact camera with incredible power, something that's never really been done before, being able to give you one of the world's smallest and lightest cameras that comes in a really small form factor. But it's not just one camera, it's 2 cameras and doing something we've never done before, giving you the world's best image quality in something that you can barely tell is on your shoulder, something that you can actually be more discreet, be able to travel more places, travel lighter. That's what we want. We want to be free. We want to be able to be out there creating. We don't want to have to be always carrying around a ton of gear. So being able to travel, do street photography, be able to just live and not be cumbered by your technical camera is pretty amazing. So now there's an entirely new 7C series of cameras. And these cameras are inspired by the technology we have in our lineup. They're inspired by the 7R5. They're inspired by the 7 Mark IV. And taking that power into a compact system is something that hasn't been done before. Being able to start from the ground up to create a camera purpose-built to be small and compact, and now having unrivaled power and performance is something that's really incredible. Being able to just go anywhere with your camera and know that the technology is working for you, knowing that the hardware is purpose-built to make your life easier, to create better content, it just all makes sense. And when I say it's small, it's really small. No one ever picks up a 7R5 or a 7 Mark IV and says, you know what, these cameras are just too big, I need to do something else. Because that's just not the case. But when you pick up the 7C series, you realize how much smaller it is. I'm not picking on our other cameras, I'm just saying that they're smaller. 45% less volume and about 20% lighter than even the 7 Mark IV. And if you're a 7R5 shooter like I am, about 30% lighter than the 7R5. That makes a big difference when you're hiking up the hill, when you're using it all day long. And coming off hot off the heels of the 6700, it's the same size as the 6700, but with a sensor that's 1.5 times bigger. That is absolutely incredible. And some of the advancements that you saw with the 6700 are on these cameras as well. Of course, we talk about how small and light it is, but we don't want to limit these cameras because they're small and light. We want to make them as powerful as possible, so they have our core technology in it. Some of the best sensors in the world are in these cameras. Back illuminated 33 megapixel, 61 megapixel sensors. And then we have our Bions XR processing engine giving us 8 times more power than the original 7C. And of course, a Sony only feature, having a designated AI processing unit in both cameras, giving us the ability to, you've heard it before, but do things that other systems aren't doing. Being able to have human pose estimation, being able to let the technology actually work for you and make your life easier so you can worry about creating the content and not have to worry about manipulating the hardware. Being able to track a eyeball, even if their eyes are closed, they're wearing a mask, they're wearing a helmet, they're small in the frame, they're backlit, what have you. And then we've taken that technology further, and now we're able to have amazing subject recognition for animals, for insects, for cars, for trains. So now you can just let the camera do the work, which seems like, you know, something that we're not supposed to say, is let the camera do the work for you. But do it. Let the camera do the work for you. You're gonna realize that it works and you can rely on it and you can trust it. And it changes the way that you shoot. There are a lot of advancements in this camera to be able to make it so small and so light. One thing that we had to recreate was the in-body stabilization unit in the camera, giving us 7 stops stabilization in both these cameras. Meaning that when you're shooting the 7C Mark II, I can shoot at a full 2 seconds. Meaning I can leave my hotel, I can leave my house, wherever I'm going, and be able to shoot somewhat long exposures with just the camera, hand holding it, not doing anything else. I don't have to leave with a mini tripod. I don't have to leave with any other gear. I can just leave with this, and I'm gonna get unbelievable stabilized results. Beyond just the stills portion of it, it has arguably the best active mode stabilization we've ever had in a camera, giving you gimbal-like stabilization in just this tiny camera, being able to free you from having to travel with gimbals in certain situations and other accessories. So let's talk about what makes the 7CR special. The 7CR is based off of the technology and the idea of the 7R Mark V. That 61 megapixel sensor giving you our best image quality we've ever produced. Over 15 stops dynamic range, impressive high ISO performance, pixel shift multi-shooting, a huge, wide autofocusing system, and beautiful 4K video footage. And when we look at the content from a 7R5 and this camera, you know what it can do. 61 megapixels not only gives you impressive resolution, but it also gives you the freedom to be creative even after the shot. Sometimes we can't get close to the shot, so being able to crop, which I know is a taboo word, gives you the ability to do that. You can turn a horizontal into a vertical and still have 25 megapixels of resolution. It gives you the ability to do more and have more power in wherever you're going. And it gives you the ability to just create without limitations. And then in comes the 7C Mark II, which is inspired by our 7 Mark IV, which is one of the best hybrid cameras ever made. And that's because of that 33 megapixel sensor, which gives us that perfect combination of resolution, dynamic range, high ISO performance, giving you noiseless 6400. It's just a powerhouse of a camera. And beyond having just almost 100% coverage in the autofocusing system, you're also gonna get the designated AI processing unit, which the 7.4 we didn't have the technology at the time. Beyond that, you're gonna get beautiful video footage, arguably the best 4K full frame footage that we have with 7K oversampling. It's just so much power in something that's so small. I never thought possible that we'd be able to have this, and it just really makes a huge difference in your day-to-day. The 7C was impressive. I love the 7C. I use it for travel all the time, but there were things that we could improve on. Just like every series of camera, we always want to strive to be better. And one of the things that we wanted to improve on was the grip of the camera. We made it bigger. We made it a little bit more comfortable. We've added more dials now, so you have a front assignable dial, which is a must for most creators. So now you have a way to adjust all your exposure. We've added the slow, quick, and still movie dial, so that way you really have 3 cameras in one. You can quickly switch it and change the way the settings are moved. And of course, you have to have a viewfinder. And we've even improved on the viewfinder on the Alpha 7C, and we've made it bigger, we've made it brighter, we've made it faster without taking up any more space in the camera, keeping it incredibly small and it's incredibly compact without adding any size to the top of the camera. So what's the rub, right? Where do we have to take things away? We didn't. It's incredibly compact and it's incredibly durable. Has the same level of durability as our bigger sibling cameras. Fully dust and moisture resistant. Magnesium alloy chassis, which is a single piece of magnesium alloy. It's incredible. Beyond that, we said 3 products. There's actually 4, because we're introducing a new grip extension that comes with the 7CR. It's available as an accessory for the 7C Mark II. And this, call it a pinky holder, call it whatever you want. It's just a nice extension to be able to put on the camera, especially to make the system even more versatile. If you're using bigger telephoto lenses or you just find it more comfortable, you can quickly just screw it on, take it off. It's got a little hinge so you can replace the battery. It's got a 1/4-20, it lays flat on the desk. It's just a really well thought out accessory that hasn't been getting enough love. So there's 4 products, guys, not just 3. And that's the new 7C series of cameras, not just one camera. But there's still more. We're going to talk about Not just any lens, but G Master. We know what G Master does. It reinvented what lenses are. We reinvented, the same way we reinvented what cameras are, we reinvented what lenses can be. And we're gonna talk about the world's smallest and lightest wide-angle lens that's out there. And it's not just the world's smallest and lightest. Again, we create without compromise. We figured out a way, every single lens iteration, to just push boundaries without limitations, making it the best optical quality, the smallest and lightest, the best video quality, the best autofocusing performance in one single lens. And 1635, as you guys all know, is one of the most versatile lenses out there. We all want this lens for creators, for photographers, for everybody. It's just a must-have. Don't get me wrong, the original 1635 was beautiful. And I was like, does it need to be updated? Yes, it does. Because once you use it, you're going to realize how good it is. And this completes our 2.8 zoom trinity, trifecta, trio, whatever you want to call it. And it's not even just this trinity of lenses, it's the world's smallest series of lenses, the best optical quality, the best autofocusing performance, the best video performance of any system that's out there. It's also the most robust system. 74 key-mount lenses, 51 of them being full frame. What? That's a lot of lenses. And you can see, we build the future of our technology. We know the future, so that's why we have and been making a ton of small compact lenses that work unbelievably well on the new 7 series cameras. So, we're not going to talk about all these elements, but it just goes to show 8 advanced elements. More than half the elements in this lens are advanced elements. And the way we're able to test it and manufacture it gives us the ability to do the unthinkable, to be able to get the same sharpness at the edges as you do in the center of the frame. You guys, that's just not possible. I can do that at 2.8 and have the same sharpness on the edges as you do in the middle. Lenses don't do that, but our lens does that. And it's jaw-dropping when you really look and sit down and look at the images and see the technology. Every lens, we're also striving to get better close-up performance, to make it a more versatile lens. You saw it on our previous 7200 f4 that we just introduced. You're seeing it here. 0.32 magnification and really close focusing distance throughout the entire zoom range makes this a really versatile lens. More versatile than it already is. So we talked about image quality, we talked about macro, let's talk about video performance. This is with embodied breathing compensation off, so don't get me wrong here. It is unbelievable how minimal our focus breathing is. If you're not a videographer, just look away, it's fine. But it's still, if you're using, focus stacking, you need to have low focus breathing. So this is important for everybody to be able to have almost no focus breathing while you're using a lens. We never thought that possible, and sometimes you'd think you'd have to make a trade-off to be able to do that. So let's talk about autofocus. 4 XD linear motors, 4 of them. And XD linear motors are much smaller, but yet more powerful and precise than regular linear motors. Gives the ability to focus on the pupil of the eye at 120 frames per second silently. It gives us the power to be able to have the best autofocusing system to work with our already incredible cameras. So we did all that, and we still were able to make it 20% lighter and 10% smaller. It literally fits in the palm of your hand, and it just feels so good. Even the weight distribution is right where you hold it as opposed to the front of the lens. It's just an incredibly perfect wide-angle lens. Now, when it comes to the hardware and how you use the lens, we're borrowing the technology that we've been introducing slowly over the last couple of years, having an aperture ring with the click on and off, having it be able to lock, having 2 custom buttons, making it dust and moisture resistant so it can handle the beating that you guys are going to give it, that I give it. So thank you, engineers, for doing that, and the repair center sometimes. But it just is a workhorse lens that I'm sure everyone here is going to want to use. I'm going to stop talking because I know there's a little bit more, and I know everyone wants to get these cameras because they're sitting right outside that door. So, and that's it. So I'd like to introduce Nat Parnell. Thank you.